Strength is the quality of or degree of being strong. There are many strengths in our world, and I've told you the strength of the mortals and the strength of the immortals. The strength of God is actually a business system where God, He fuels His people, He empowers them to establish His will. Immortals, the celestial bodies. For only the storekeeper of his business. God, He has multitude of merchandising. And now Yankopon for Bibiara to say and you imagine obi no only Yankopon for nipa no den to nyuma no then Yankopon said that create a system or the blessing nipa amanipa enya sa ho den a friend the system of the strength of God. Actually an empowerment system and Yankopon didn't timi na ho de gu nipa so e man timi establish advance propagate His will. Mankind is fragile. Onipa eyembubuye onipa nsam ehwiegu onipa nti ye hia ade soronku bia the strength of God or the hierarchical system of strength. Now, so it actually tells you that God have a special love for mankind. It actually tells you that God have a programming code of which He employed His people. We are qualified. There will be a strength from the heavens that will be in the form of a glue that will come and combine and integrate the scattering part of you together. Bible says that Jesus Christ is the binding force of creation. Say already young boy a binding force of creation. Then young couple cross no be who so crossing here in the form of an additional. And ya be scatter our life. So my own kind of already but no akema ebe addition. Sanya man be album. Sanya already young boy she already emfre odia. Where you otinini already fed the otimi ya debiye. Name of God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. If you are hearing my voice and you will never harden your heart, you will open your heart, you bisect your heart into two, and you allow the illuminative dimension of the Holy Spirit, like the lightning power that is spewing out of my mouth, the spirit life of the Holy Spirit to penetrate into your system, so that God Himself will come and He will be an eternal monarch, a ruling power, a master controller. God Himself will be an operating system over your life. Then I tell you that you shall see the glory of the Lord. Then I tell you, your name shall be inducted among the Hall of Famous of the heavens. Abraham Moses Elijah also. Your name will be part of the Hall of Famous. The Hall of Famous. Sankrofon na Bible say, Elradi Nyankopon ni beje so be professor mu abofo konkro Nyankopon oye business entity, oye businessman, Nyankopon oye business guru. Nyankopon wonyuma bebrebe a woye na Nyankopon nyuma na watete bebrebe no. Na nka me de me ka se Nyankopon e wadwuma watete a enko be fa nkofo bi enko me qualified na nkodoma toto nyuma na nkodoma ye. Nanso Nyankopon hwemu no amfo bibiara mfa na nye nenso ohwe. Enipa bi a o ma mmere. Bible say wiase nkwasi ade na Nyankopon fa so de be se nyansafo ni wo. The Lord look through na your angels on you, the four living creatures or you the elders honum you ancient deities, your genies, your Anunnakis, your demonic entities, demonic butcher entities honum then Nelson Yagobo Shemon one for Bibiara of only part seminu and what this snedjuma so anti Bible say, and God said, let us create man after our own image, after our own pattern, after our own shadow. It simply means man is the preview of God, it's the macrocosm of God. Man is actually the extension of God. Man is actually a miniature of God. Man is actually a preview of the whole picture of God. They were rejected, they were tattered, they were broken, they were despaired, they were vulnerable, they were deformed, they were marginalized, they were disdained, they were perplexed. They were on the Yankopon fan, not in the 2 minutes what they are cinema. On Sandy Bacon, the Yankopon fan, and the Bible says, we are some question in Yankopon for their senior Safoni, a rather farming of foul, say or fire, say or the alien and co, not the Nensamasiano, and to catch Jeremiah Martin and Sadi Mensamasano. Say, if you I have made you, I have ordained you as a prophet to the nations, that there are some kingdoms that you are to uproot, there are some kingdoms that you are to throw down, there are some kingdoms that you are to plant. Maybe a mobile toya, I could tell if that's what be Christianity. Sanya man fight against you, I command and I speak, I release words of power, words of dictum maxim, words of authoritative statements into the atmosphere. I have come with my rod, a staff of ruling. I have come as the teaching priest. I have come as a militator of my realm. I have come as a daystar. I have come as a water walker. I have come as a demonstrator of God's spirit. I have standing between the gaps of the heavens, and I stand and with my rod of ruling, I command, I release words of dictum, an authoritative statement to the atmosphere. I decree and I declare, I stand in the presence of the Lord from the throne perspective, looking down to the very nations of the earth. And I stretch the rod of judgment upon you, and I curse those demons, I curse those entities, I curse those those ancient gods. I curse those Anunnakis. I curse those Buju entities. I curse them over your life. I liberate you out of their hands. The power of the highest is coming upon you. The power of the highest. And if you read Revelation chapter 10, Bible says that, and I saw a mighty angel that descended from the heavenlies. Bible, his face shone like the sun. Bible says that he has the rainbow covering his head. And Bible says that he came and he was so huge to the extent that he couldn't fit into the system of our world. He placed one of his foot into the midst of the sea, the other one into the midst of the earth. And Bible says there was a scroll in his hand, and he swore to the one that sits in the ancient of this. He swore in the name of the eternal monarch. And Bible says that a voice spoke in the heavenlies, and the seven thunders answered unto him. And a voice spoke unto me, John, that John, go and collect the scroll that is in hand. And I'm a scroll, no, catch them, scroll, no, it shall be of sore in your stomach, but shall be of sweet in your mouth. And he touched my lips. Verse 9 will say, he touched my lips and said unto me that from today going, you shall prophesy to nations, you shall prophesy to languages, you shall prophesy to people, you shall prophesy to tribes. And I prophesy unto your life that, and the word of the Lord came upon me at the river of Kiba. I was among the captives, and suddenly the hand of the Lord fell upon me, and I started seeing the visions of God. And my eyes were open, and I started seeing a windstorm coupled with flashing of lightnings, and in the midst of it lies power, in the midst of it lies fire, and in the midst of it I saw something like 4 living creatures, and they came unto me, and at the expanse of the 4 living creatures I saw something like the eternal monarch who dwells in the coast of fire. He started seeing the visions of the Lord, and so I want to tell you something, people of God, Christians, believers are not ordinary people. Will you listen to me? You are not an ordinary people. You are not just a person that happens to be on the set. You are not here by a biological happenstance. You are not by an accident. You are not here by an accident. So your assignment has been inscribed in the heavens. Your assignment has been inscribed in the books of the heavens, in the heavens. And David came to the scene and said, Lord, your eyes saw my substances. Lord, your eyes saw my being when you created me. Lord, on the canvas of eternity, at the studio of eternity, Lord, when you are fabricating my system, your eyes saw my members. Lord, your eyes saw me. Your eyes saw my substances. Lebraski palaba. At the studio of eternity, the Lord, he became an artist. He sculpted your eyes. The Lord, he gave to you then he numbered your hairs. He designed your system. The Lord, he gave to you your language. The Lord, he gave to you your color. He gave to you your proclivities, your attitudinalisms. The Lord, he gave to you your tendencies and inclinations. The Lord gave to you how you will talk. He designed your voice. The Lord, he designed your color. He designed your parents. The Lord gave to you your parents. He gave to you the particular country that you come from. That is your sporadic geographical location. So now let me tell you, you are not here by a biological happenstance. And yes, there's a particular book called the Books of Destiny. And design on what call the theaters, the canvas of him, and then Photoshop, and designer and what call the dust studio. So design on how you will be. He designed the outlook of you, or designer. So you are not here by an accident. So people of God, you are not an ordinary people. We are the image of God, the macrocosm, the preview of God, the whole picture of God, the extension of God. A harbinger, a proclaimer, the voice, an extension of God, the other pillar instituted to propagate his will to this very face of the corridors of the natural world. Believers are the storekeepers of the business of God. Therefore, mankind, believers have been employed by the Supreme God. I am that I am, that is the Kings of Kings, the laws of the Lord, to work for him. Now, this contract, any contract that will expire in 2 years, this contract that God has called us to work for him is not that kind of contract that will expire in 3 years. It's not that kind of contract that will expire in 5 years. It is that actually a kind of contract that is a lifetime contract. All because by a particular system that him God has fabricated called the strength of God.